Okay, Fred, thanks for joining me. Mach 983 CrossFit. We were supposed to do this call about 3 hours ago. You're in Denver, Colorado, but you asked if we could push it to 1 because you were hitting the slopes this morning. How were the slopes?
They were fantastic. We got about 10 inches of snow last night. Me and my kids ski, that's our thing. So we skied all morning and it was fantastic.
Where'd you guys ski?
Arapahoe Basin, A Basin. It's
Okay.
about an
How far?
hour and a half outside of Denver.
Okay. Mach 983 CrossFit. So tell me about your CrossFit affiliate.
Yeah, so we're located in Denver, right on the Denver Aurora border. We started about 2.5 years ago. Kind of my motivation of starting the affiliate was I was coaching for a handful of affiliates, and then I found an organization called, at the time, it was Steve's Club,
Yeah.
and then they rebranded to Forging Youth Resilience. So I was coaching with them. We were finding, you know, equipment, in the backyard, kind of doing our wads back there, and they really didn't have a home. So, kind of my motivation of starting the gym was let's find a spot where we can open an affiliate, have a safe spot for these teens, and then also make it a CrossFit affiliate as well. So, we're 2.5 years old now. We have multiple classes for teens inside the affiliate and outside of the affiliate, as well as our traditional CrossFit program as well.
Is Steve still involved with Steve's Club? Or, I mean, sorry, with
Um,
Forging Youth Resilience?
he isn't. I don't think
Okay.
so.
Okay.
So he was, I think, on the East Coast in New Jersey
Yep.
or something,
Yep.
and then we rebranded probably about 3 years ago, and it was kind of came out of who the heck is Steve, and I don't
Yeah.
think anybody really knew who Steve was, and I
Yeah.
never met the gentleman before. I know he just
Yep.
did good things for the
Yep.
program, and then the teens were like, "Hey, we should rebrand." So actually, the teens came up with the name, came up with the whole charter, all that. So it's pretty cool to see how it evolved over the years.
How many affiliates or how many associated gyms are there with Forging Youth Resilience?
So myself, so we're Forging Youth Resilience Denver. There's
Okay.
a handful of other affiliates in Colorado. There's affiliates across the U.S. So every year there's a national summer camp. It's actually here in Boulder, Colorado. So a little bit far, from CrossFit HQ, but they bring in athletes from these various chapters to come in. They bring in like Elijah Muhammad's been there. Other professional athletes come and kind of drop knowledge, right? And it's been like the most rewarding thing I've attended in the past. It's very empowering for me as well, as somebody that's been involved in the program for so long, but also seeing these athletes come back year after year and see their journey throughout the program.
If an affiliate wants to get involved with, you guys for short call it FIRE, right?
Yes,
If
yes.
affiliates want to get involved with Forging Youth Resilience, FIRE, how do they do that?
Yeah, so there's like I said, there's a national chapter,
Yeah.
forgingyouthresilience.com. You can go on there and it's super easy to start a chapter. I think they've had the whole framework involved. So I'm actually not on the board for Forging Youth Resilience Denver. I'm just one of the coaches. And then I'm
Yep.
also the conduit for Fire Denver. So like I
Okay.
said, we host a lot of their classes in our affiliate, and outside of our affiliate, we provide a lot of the coaching and training staff for those classes as well. So
And how many classes did you say you run at your gym in
uh,
relation to this?
In relation to fire, we have on any given week 3 to 5 inside the affiliate. And then
Okay.
outside the affiliate, we partner with local schools that maybe they don't have a gym class or maybe they don't have an established program. So we go to their school, provide them, CrossFit in their space, just because the largest hurdle in this space is transportation.
Yeah.
Getting somebody from point A to point B, especially being a teen, especially somebody that's in that community, it's a big challenge. So going to their space, it does make it a lot more accessible for the larger population.
Do you work with local law enforcement? Did they ever like suggest, hey, or do they have programs for youth that are on the wrong path and maybe push them your direction?
That is a dream of mine. I would love
Yeah.
to grow this program to that. I know there's other programs out there that work with teens that are in the court system. Most of
Yeah.
these teens are have been in the court system, so not officially, but that's somewhere I'd like to see it grow in the future.
Have you seen any of these children progress onto being coaches as young adults or being
Um,
involved with CrossFit?
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, there's a handful of coaches now that started in the program when they were in, ninth grade, 10th grade. Now they're out. We have some examples here in Denver that they've gotten scholarships through FIRE. They've gotten outside scholarships. They've continued their CrossFit journey at other affiliates. So yeah, it's definitely something that can last a long time.
I remember, so Steve's Club, I knew Steve well, and Steve's Club has been around for a very long time. And in the early days, he was doing that and coming around, and he would bring some of the youth to events. I think they even came to the games a few times.
Mm-hmm.
So cool to hear. I didn't realize until this call though that Steve's Club morphed into this. I've heard of this, but I didn't realize the connection.
Yeah.
And you also do stuff with Redemption Road.
Oh, that has been a lifesaver in our affiliate.
Tell me about it.
So, yeah, so a couple years ago, I met. He had started the Redemption Road program. He was actually a Denver police officer. He started working with the Colorado prisons to bring CrossFit into prisons. I think at the time it was like one or two, and they were like 2 to 3 hours outside of Denver. So it was not an easy kind of ramp up. Now I believe the program is in 9 of the 14 or 15 prisons in Colorado. It's in men and women facilities, and they partner directly with CrossFit HQ to bring in training staff to get CrossFit Level 1 certified, CrossFit Level 2 certified. So when I heard about the program, I actually was invited out to go to Lyman Prison, work out with some of these athletes. This was pre-COVID.
Yep.
So it's been a handful of years. And then now, like as I open my affiliate, these individuals are starting to get out of prison and they're like, what's next? So they're CrossFit L1, most of them are CrossFit L2. They could tell you the handbook, like word for word, exactly how everything is written out. So they
Yep.
get out and they're literally some of the most professional coaches that are and training staff that we have. They're super friendly, super knowledgeable, reliable. Yes, they were in prison. Yes, they did something wrong, but that's redemption, right? Like you earn a right back into society, and you earn a right to kind of carve your own journey after you get out of prison. So we have been very fortunate partnering with individuals that come out of Redemption Road, and it's been a godsend to our affiliate.
That's great. That's amazing. I know. So we've been doing those seminars for a number of years in the prison system, and it's been the staff who go there. It's really rewarding, and they really enjoy the experience. And I'm glad that we're able to contribute in a small way. But it's cool to see. And I know there's a number of other affiliates, right, who've also supported kind of the Redemption Road effort in that area.
Yeah, there's a handful of affiliates that have accepted. So that's like the biggest thing, right? As an affiliate, and you're like, hey, how am I going to take this individual that is, more than likely a convicted felon? They were served hard time, 20 plus years in some cases, and then they get out, and then there's individuals out there that what is that trust level, right? And
Yep.
that was like one of my biggest fears, like when we started to partner with them, like, hey, is our community going to be accepting? And it has been overwhelming acceptance. Most people are like, wow, I did not know that individual did 27 years in prison. That is
Yeah.
amazing that they were able to be rehabilitated and able to contribute back to society in a very positive way, and all that's through CrossFit.
Yeah.
The other thing I'll say on that program, like when I did go inside, there's a lot of boundaries in prison, like a lot of stereotypes that we see. That was not the case, right? It didn't matter your race, your background, your ethnicity, any of that. Everybody's bonded through CrossFit. And that was
Yeah.
kind of our happy space. And I never felt threatened once. Walking through the prison yard, walking into, the box, barbells, all kind of equipment that, could hurt me. I never felt once. I would turn my back to every individual there. I felt very welcomed every time I went. So
I think we did a piece on them once. I'm trying to Google it now. I think CrossFit did there's Redemption Road CrossFit. So
yes.
rf2.org.
Yes.
If you want to find out more information. And it looks like best hour of the day has something on it. Yeah. So
Yeah, so
Google it,
last
check
year
it
at
out.
the games, I think Jason Ackerman and that crew interviewed them at the games last year. So
Okay.
if you
Got
look
it.
at that interview, Trevor Jones, he's our coach at Mach. So
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm looking at their site, rf2.org. This is great. They did a good job. Well, that's awesome
mhm,
that you're supporting that.
mhm.
There was something else. Oh yeah, so I was going to say this about we have actually a level 1 coming up this week, midweek, in a state prison here in California.
That's
So
awesome.
California is starting to do some similar programs here, and I've had another individual from another prison system reach out to me about doing something like this in their
Mhm.
prison system, because it is such a great opportunity. Clearly the fitness puts you in the right mindset for accountability and
Mhm.
hard work, and giving them something, giving them a skill set to when they get out to contribute back in society in a meaningful way.
Definitely.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, I would say for the California, if you're an affiliate located anywhere near where that L1 is going to be hosted in that prison, reach out to and find those individuals, because they're going to get out eventually and they're going to be some of your best staff. So
Yeah.
and I would say leverage RF2. They definitely work with other outside of Colorado organizations to help link them up as well. So they're very accommodating and very forward leaning.
I'm sorry, just looking at that website. Yeah, this is great. Let's talk about Operation Phoenix. You're also involved with that.
Yeah.
You're
So
involved with everything.
so so like I told you in my email, right? Like from day one, I'm a person that is able to build relationships.
Yep.
That's where I thrive. I enjoy that. So early on, I was like, I need a partnership with every kind of facet to help me be successful. And I realized that early, and that's, to be honest, a lot of our success comes from our partners. So we do Phoenix classes, right? So if you've been in recovery and you've been sober for 48 hours, Phoenix will give you a free CrossFit class. There's a
Wow.
brick and mortar that is downtown Denver. Downtown Denver may or may not be accessible for every individual. And we are located right outside of the Denver kind of metropolitan area, right on the Aurora border, so east of Denver. So there was a gap there. So the people that individuals that lived in like the Aurora area could not get down to Denver. So we wanted to give them, a safe spot to do CrossFit. So Friday evenings, which traditionally, it's kind of a party night, we wanted to give them an opportunity to come in and do CrossFit, right? We integrate that class with our other adult class, right? So they come in and they're like the nicest people ever. They're very appreciative of everything and the mission that we're trying to do in our gym. So it's been, we started with 5 spots, right? We've grown it to 8. And to be honest, we could probably have 10 or 12 every single week filled up to the brim. My goal in the future is to grow that to other days. It's just a matter of balancing that with our traditional classes as well. But yeah, that's definitely a goal of mine, to keep offering that, more offerings for that community.
And you said there's a brick and mortar Operation Phoenix in Denver.
There is, yeah. So
So what's that?
yeah, so like it's actually kind of cool. Like all of my worlds and all of the worlds that kind of collide. So we have RF2 coaches that volunteer there. They go there and they have classes routinely, CrossFit classes, as well as like yoga classes and other things. So in addition, Forging Youth Resilience has a national kind of level summit every year. And guess where it's hosted? The
Mhm.
Phoenix in Denver. And
Yeah.
we come and we do a workout at Mach on Friday. We did it 2 years ago. We didn't do it last year, but we're doing it this year. So we come in, we'll do a workout at Mach on Friday. And then Saturday, it's all day learning, right? It's all these different all these different FYR chapters that come together in the Phoenix, in their space, and to learn, right? What works, what doesn't work, how do we do fundraising, how do we partner, how do we learn from each other? And that's at the Phoenix, right? Phoenix gives that space to, fire for free. So all these worlds all collide in one, and it's pretty cool to see it grow over the years.
I've been to the Phoenix Center in Boston when they first opened several years ago, and it's basically that one was a CrossFit gym with a climbing wall and some other
Mhm.
things. How's this one set up in Denver?
It's like straight box, right? There's an inside rig with a bunch of CrossFit stuff. There's an outside rig, which is amazing. I don't know how much time you spend in Denver, but like the weather here can be amazing. So working out outside is perfect.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's like traditional as it can be CrossFit space.
you do a lot with the community. Why is that? Just like what drove you in that direction?
So
That's great.
I don't want to go too deep, but like as somebody that grew up in a hard kind of situation,
Yeah.
I saw early on like people helping me, right? People helping me through my journey. I had a lot of inspiration growing up, like pushing me in the right direction. I didn't have CrossFit. I
Yeah.
skateboarded. That was my kind of outlet. So finding outlets for individuals to be the best version of their self meant a lot to me because of all the help that I got over the years. So that's kind of where a lot of my motivation comes from.
That's amazing. And what do you think? So it strengthens your existing community that much more. Is that how you view it?
100%. The
Yeah.
buy-in that we have with our individuals that come to our gym day in and day out, they're like, "Hey, how can I get involved in this?" Or maybe they want to get involved with Redemption Road, or maybe they want to do the Phoenix because they had somebody in their family that suffered from alcoholism. Like just having additional ways to give back to the community and having it making it easy to them and accessible. It just makes our community that much stronger as an affiliate owner and as a community. It's so rewarding, Dave. I can't even explain it in words. I will invite you to come out. You come out anytime, see our affiliate. I know you're in Denver a couple months ago. You went to
Yeah. Yeah.
Colfax,
Yeah.
and those guys, like we're friends with them. We did a box to box with them.
Yeah.
And they were telling me about you dropping in and all. Uh, so
You
you're
clearly,
welcome anytime.
clearly, I would love to next time I'm out there.
Mhm.
Clearly, have a lot of passion, and that's wonderful to see. I mean, um, it's the passion's exuding from you, and you can see, this means a lot to you. And what's crazy is like I imagine there's so many of these individuals whose lives you've like totally changed, and like that's powerful. That's incredibly cool.
Yeah.
And now there's another piece to the introduction email you sent me. You also um, you highlight local businesses in your affiliate. Tell me about that.
So so we came up with this idea, and it's nothing new, right? It's like, how can we try to get our community members to come to classes, right? So we just started a committed club. So if you attend 15 classes in a month, you get enrolled into this random drawing. So early on, I was like, I don't really know, like, what's a good prize? Like, am I going to give out, some CrossFitty stuff? I was like, no, let's change that kind of focus. And I just started going out to local businesses. I would pop in and be like, hey, coffee shop, like, I'm a CrossFit owner. Like, you probably don't CrossFit, but like we have this thing and we'll do a lot of social media, internal, external. We'll get you highlighted like in our kind of community. And it turned into like I literally have a list now of like 6 to 8 businesses just lined up for the next couple months that have donated. And it's just $50, $50 gift card or a pound of coffee and some swag. We had theater tickets a couple months ago, but like it's all local. It's all local businesses and they donate back to me in our gym and we just raffle it off, right? Come to 15 classes. We've seen that program grow. It helps retention in the gym. It helps people kind of, CrossFitters, right?
Yep.
They'll compete over anything.
Yeah.
Like we had 2 pounds of coffee and a beanie for a coffee shop the other. People are going crazy. They just want to win it, and they don't even care what it is. That's just the CrossFit mentality. So,
This is
that's kind of
cool. This is a
yeah,
great idea for affiliates to like kind of just reach out and work with local affiliates. I mean, I have not heard this idea before. It doesn't mean others aren't doing it, but I've not
yeah.
heard it to the degree that you're doing it.
Mhm.
And
And I didn't know if it was going to work, right? I'm like a CrossFit affiliate owner. What does that mean to them? Nothing. So we
yeah,
just started doing, hooking them up with social media and people go into the shop and like buy things from them. Like they want to support it because they supported us.
yeah.
So it's a win-win in the small business sense.
That's great, Fred. You have a lot of good ideas. You have a lot of things going on. Besides just running a CrossFit gym and affiliate, you have a lot of things going on with I don't even want to ask about your personal life. I imagine you're stretched thin there too. I
So
do have Go
the
ahead. Go ahead.
highlight is I have 2 kids. They're amazing. They both do ski team. They're amazing kids. I have a wife who's an entrepreneur. Like we're busy. So
Yes, clearly. Last question before we go. Programming. What do you guys follow as a gym?
So we follow Ibex programming. So
What's that?
um, so it's Christy and Patrick O'Connell.
Oh,
So
Christy
Christopher,
Aramel?
yeah, Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, we started following them, probably about 18 months ago. We've seen a lot of success. They really
Cool.
maximize the 60 minutes. They allow us to make sure our coaches are coaching. There's a lot of benefits and a lot of upsides to that program. So,
That's awesome.
ideally, but we do change it, right? Like it's not
Yeah.
a one size fits all. We do change it for our affiliate. I make modifications based on equipment, size, space, class sizes, all that. So,
Pretty much any affiliate who follows any other program has to do that.
yeah.
Like that's always a reoccurring theme. Like we'll follow something, but we have to adapt it to our space, to our equipment, and that
Mhm.
totally makes sense. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, Fred, this was great. I enjoyed chatting with you. Thank you for sharing all the things you have going
I
on.
have one
And
question for you though, before
okay,
we go.
go.
So I
Go.
put it out to my coaches. I was like, "Hey, if you could ask Dave one thing, what would it be?" And they want to know if we're going to have ring muscle ups in the open. You don't have to tell me yes or no. You can blink twice if there's ring muscle ups in the open. Over to you.
Thank you for joining this call. I had a wonderful time, and I will see you on the leaderboard in the open.
Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Fred.
All right, cheers.